Yeah, sure. So quickly on that, right before I resigned, and I said I was, I had created an innovation lab at the city of Durham, North Carolina, and I was working with, the intersection of tech, tech community there, Research Triangle Park, urban agriculturalists, urban farmers, musicians. I mean, you name it. It was a community engagement, code enforcement, fair housing. It's a whole realm of different parts of city life, and I had submitted this application for a grant from Bloomberg Philanthropies to create these community labs where low wealth residents would work with high wealth residents and create technologies or ideas that could support equity and upward mobility for those residents. And we were a top 20 finalists. We didn't get the top 5, but it did kind of elevate the work that I was trying to do. And this notion of, bringing in sustainability and reusing materials. And that's where I kind of came up with this idea of shipping containers. It's an abundant resource that we could use to add value. But what's even more impressive is to be able to utilize material that, in order to provide value, would require hiring local tradesmen and women to do that. Not something that's high tech, but something that's high personable, like, peer-to-peer, hiring locally, that kind of thing. And I got a lot of great feedback from food entrepreneurs, food truck owners, you name it, people who wanted to be able to have an affordable space without paying a lot of money for brick and mortar to be able to expand their business, grow their business scale, and so forth. So once I resigned from city government in 2016, I started at Baker Studio 2017, moved back here to Atlanta, Georgia. It's time to come back home. And went full blown on this idea of reimagining space and utilizing small space for big impact. And creating, again, looking at the balance of curating and inspiring people to be able to curate their own experiences, but using not a lot of resources to do it, not exploiting, not destructing, not being exploitative. And so this idea that you could take a shipping container, any modular space, and like Legos, like how I was doing when I was in 4th grade, put the different pieces together to create small neighborhoods or backyard units. From a city planning standpoint, to create affordable housing, that's a huge conversation right now. In fact, that is really our social impact space, is affordable housing and affordable community spaces, right? Because we've met doctors. We actually pivoted last year a little bit and worked with a breast cancer surgeon here to create a pop-up breast cancer clinic. Working with our servicemen and women, in their fields, their subject expertise, and collaborating with how can we create on-demand spaces where they can afford to build them and therefore provide affordable services. And what better way to do that than utilizing modular technology? We just happen to use shipping containers because, again, it's a readily source and it's something that we could recycle and bring added value. And so this whole notion of sustainability is critical. This whole notion of being able to hire local tradesmen and women, hire local minority subcontractors, women welders, LGBTQ, people who are in the neighborhood that they can help create the change build the change that they want. Is very important, and that we could scale that and ship those spaces anywhere around the world and ship that capacity building and efficacy around the world, literally in a box, is really what's appealing to us. And so we, focus on affordable housing, modular spaces and backyard units, but we also are interested in, and we have done affordable art commercial spaces. And like I said, we did a pop-up affordable clinic. And so they're very versatile. The opportunities are there. We've gotten a lot of opposition from architects who cannot stand what we're doing. The interesting thing about that is that they're not my audience. My audience are those individuals who need affordable housing so that they can have a voice. Their voices can be amplified in neighborhoods where they are without being displaced, which is a gentrification issue. So that is what we do. We do consider ourselves a design, build, green manufacturing company. We are looking to scale to other cities. We just received funding. We have a little bit more to raise on this goal this year to close out the angel round. But we luckily received our first manufacturing facility, so we're really excited about that. And again, like I said, looking to scale to other cities. to logistically expand what we do, but also to hire locally, and also at a different level to reimagine this idea of a local supply chain. How can we build our own spaces? How can we have a direct connection to how we build and the materials we build with, so we can build healthy communities? It's not just building a house, it's building a home, having a job, building your own entrepreneurial space for less money and less waste and less cost, and being able to deploy in less time the completion of construction. So those are all the things that we're doing now. And we cannot wait to be able to do a mixed use development, mixed with housing, commercial. We're looking to not just build and manufacture, but also become our own real estate developer, so we can really be as directly related to how the environment is positively impacted and how much we can inspire others to do the same thing. So yeah, that's where we are now.